Does your mind go totally blank when it's time to speak English? You knew the words a second ago, you understood everything, but now people are looking at you and suddenly you freeze. For a lot of people, this isn't just an English problem, it's a pressure problem. In today's video, guys, I'm gonna show you exactly why this happens and what to do to stop freezing in conversations. Basically, I'm gonna give you 5 strategies to become a confident English speaker. But first, if this happens to you, you are not weird and you are definitely not alone. I was terrified of speaking English when I was a teenager. That's completely normal, and millions of people on this planet face the same problem. When I was doing research for this video, I discovered that it's been actually studied. And it's called foreign language anxiety, also known as xenoglossophobia, something like this, excuse my pronunciation. What's important is that it's often situation specific, meaning you can be calm in other social situations, but suddenly when it's time to speak English, you get this terrible anxiety and you freeze. Hi guys, thanks for watching Wanna Speak by Veronique. My name is Veronica. I am originally from Poland, but I'm a digital nomad and I travel the world full time. Right now, I'm in South America. On this channel, we learn smarter, not harder, and we live this language. Okay, so let's explore why we freeze when it's time to speak English. So a lot of people think I'm bad at English. I'm not talented. I had clients who told me I'm not able to learn English. I discovered, even on my own example, that this isn't a language problem. It goes deeper than that. The real problem is that when it's time to speak, we go into something that's called self-monitoring. And it's not just like a normal self-observation, it's more like these obsessive thoughts of what I'm doing wrong. Am I saying this right? Do I sound stupid? What if I make a mistake? What do they think of me? When that happens, your brain is trying to do 2 jobs at once: communicate and self-protect. It's like having 2 full-time jobs. This is exactly why. You know the words, but you still freeze, because it's a stress response. Let's go to my 5 strategies to become a confident speaker. The first one is setting achievable goals. What do I mean by that? We all have a big goal, right? I want to be fluent in English. I want to talk to native speakers. Okay, but what does that actually mean to your brain? Your brain needs smaller, achievable tasks every single day. Because if the goal is too big, the pressure goes up and we end up saying nothing. So let me ask you this question. What would you like to achieve this week? English-wise, language-wise. Let me give you a real example from my life. So I'm in Paraguay right now, and after 6 months, there is a huge win. I'm a Paraguayan resident. There was a lot going on for me in Spanish in the last 2 weeks. I'm a Polish native speaker and English was my second language at school. So imagine doing all the paperwork, bureaucracy in Spanish. For me, that was terrifying. So my personal goal for this week is to learn Spanish vocabulary in a bank, because I need to open a bank account here in Paraguay. What's your language goal this week? Maybe you are about to travel somewhere. So restaurant, airport, hotel vocabulary is gonna be your goal. And we don't stop only on learning vocabulary, because that's passive English. Here comes strategy number 2. Inner circle, outer circle. What do I mean by that? Inner circle is this low pressure speaking in a safe environment. For example, you can talk to yourself. Of course, you can talk to a mirror, but you don't have to. I know that many of you think it's a bit weird. I don't talk to a mirror. I also feel weird doing that. But you know, I go around my house and I talk to myself. I describe what I'm doing at the moment. For example, after recording this video, I'm gonna cook something delicious and I'm gonna describe this action to myself. You can grab your cell phone and record yourself. You don't have to publish this video absolutely anywhere. You can shadow native speakers when you watch something, meaning you copy native speakers, you listen to something and then you repeat.
He's making double the amount I'm making and
No, he's making double the amount I'm making.
Have you heard of knocking?
Have you heard of knocking? Have you heard of knocking? You can read something out loud. This is also how you practice your speaking. So can you feel this safe space vibe? You can do it in the comfort of your own bedroom. Nobody's judging you. And now, when you do this every single day, even for 5 minutes a day, after 7, 14, 21 days, you're gonna feel much more confident. And then you're gonna expose yourself to the outer circle. It doesn't have to be anything big. It can be just a question in a grocery store. It can be just a small talk with a neighbor. It can be just an interaction with somebody online. This is how you build psychological safety step by step. Language learning is like climbing a mountain. Step by step. You need acclimatization and it takes time. For example, 2 weeks ago, I was in Rio de Janeiro and I was hiking a really high mountain. Everybody told us that it's gonna be just a 45-minute hike. For me, that was 1 hour and a half. Did I judge myself? I tried not to, but I was trying to be mindful and aware that I don't have to be like everybody. If I need more time to achieve something, that's fine, as long as I don't give up. A lot of people keep judging themselves in the outer circle without building safety first in the inner circle. That's your main framework, okay? Build safety and then go out there. The third strategy is pretty unconventional. Walk and talk. What do I mean by that? One thing that helps me a ton is walking while speaking. I actually borrowed this idea from psychology. Walking has been linked with lower stress and anxiety. So for a lot of people, it makes speaking feel less intense and less stuck. It's been scientifically proven that walking reduces anxiety. Walking reduces fear. If I'm completely honest with you guys, I can be a pretty anxious person, especially recently when I was changing my residency to another country. That's been really stressful. So whenever some fear comes up or some anxiety, I go walking and it helps me so much. And while I was walking, I started talking to myself in Spanish, practicing, like banking vocabulary and stuff like that. And I was like, oh wow, I'm less scared. So one thing that it's been scientifically proven, but the second thing, it worked for me. The third thing, it worked for my clients as well, because I don't know if you guys know that I also coach women on relationship anxiety, and in general, we dive deep into more like trauma world and emotions and stuff like that. So it's worked for many people. Instead of sitting there on the couch overthinking, go for a walk, talk to yourself in this language, answer some questions out loud or in your head if you are in a busy place, or simply approach someone in English. If you are an expat in the US, you are in a perfect situation. But if you live in your home country and nobody speaks English, you can grab your cell phone and record a voice note. The fourth strategy is positive input. Input is everything that we put in our heads. So every person that you listen to is your input. Every movie you watch is your input. And now I really need you to be mindful of your input. Because if all of your friends feel really stuck in English and you just complain to each other and you say like, yeah, I'm never gonna learn this language. Oh, I can't do it. This is so hard. This is so difficult. Let me be honest with you. You are never going to improve because our environment is so extremely important. Think about learning a language as building a business. If you are a business owner and then there is someone who hates their life, who hates their job, who is not motivated, somebody who doesn't want to do anything, who doesn't want to help anyone, and this person talks to you every single day, they influence you so much. How to practice English using positive input. So if all your English practice makes you feel behind, confused, ashamed, your brain will keep linking English with pressure. So choose input that feels encouraging and understandable. Our brains don't just learn a language. They learn how the language feels. Tony Robbins in his books talks about it all the time, about associations. If we do something and it's unpleasant, annoying, it doesn't feel good, we don't want to repeat the same thing. On the other hand, when we do something and we can see even small progress, just 1% better, then we are like, oh, it's progress. So I'm gonna do it one more time. For example, you learned 5 words today and then you used them in a conversation. Wow, that's progress. That's a win. That's gonna motivate you to keep going. The final strategy, guys, stop treating mistakes as the end of the world. Your mistakes do not mean that you are bad at English. Your mistakes do not mean that you are not talented. Mistakes are proof that you are learning. Mistakes are proof that you are growing, that you are doing something with your life, that you don't want to just stay stuck and be in your comfort zone. Mistakes are your greatest teachers, as long as you learn from them. For example, as you know, I'm in Paraguay, a Spanish-speaking country, and sometimes I still make mistakes in Spanish, and I just let native speakers correct me. A couple of days ago, I was in a bank here in Paraguay. The lady in a bank corrected me. And of course, I'm not gonna lie and tell you that, yeah, this felt amazing. This didn't feel really comfortable, obviously. But I have this mindset that my mistakes don't humiliate me. My mistakes show me that, okay, here we have some room for improvement. The same when I started creating content on social media. Oh my God, let me tell you guys, the pressure that I created for myself was tremendous. Because when I started this channel almost 5 years ago, I was like, I'm a non-native English speaker, my accent is not perfect. How on earth am I gonna give some tips on learning English, you know? So the imposter syndrome was terrible and I was terrified. But then I got some comments like, oh, Veronica, you helped me so much. This strategy really helped me get unstuck. Or, you know, people were just giving me good feedback. It's the same with my native language. Do you think that I don't make any mistakes in Polish? In Polish, being so difficult? Of course I make mistakes in my native language, especially that I haven't been living in Poland for so many years now. So let's keep this sentence in mind. Speak real, draw perfect, clear English over perfect English. You got this. Thank you so much for watching this video. Again, you are watching Wanna Speak by Veronique. If you are not yet subscribed, subscribe to my channel. And most probably next week or within 2 weeks, I'm gonna be opening 4 coaching spots, meaning only 4 people from this whole Europe channel are gonna be able to have private one-on-one sessions with me. So we can work together on your language learning plan that's gonna be super effective for confident speaking. You can comment on this video coaching so I can already see who's there, and you're gonna be able to sign up in 1 or 2 weeks. See you next week in my next video. Take care. You got this.